I want better MCU content and I want it yesterday. Let's talk about Agatha All Along. Agatha All Along is the newest MCU Disney Plus show that is now streaming in its entirety. It picks up right after the events of WandaVision following Kathryn Hahn's character of Agatha, the evil witch from WandaVision, as she breaks free of her spell, attempts to create her own coven, and follow down the witch's road. And while there are more plot points in the show, that is really the base of the show here. There are a few more things sprinkled throughout that we're going to get into. Before we jump into all of this, a lot of the MCU's Disney Plus shows and the most recent MCU movies are kind of hit or miss for me. I think the MCU really needs to try to get back on course. I know that's what they're trying to do right now. This show is a very, very mixed bag, and I have a lot to say about it. And as we get into all of this, please be sure to like and subscribe. That would really, really help me out a lot. You can check out a shorter version of this review over on Instagram and TikTok, or a podcast version of this review on Spotify. Agatha All Along has the same issues that plague most of the other MCU Disney Plus shows. The show has roughly a 7-hour runtime, and yet anything barely happens throughout the majority of the episodes. Only in some of the episodes, mostly the opening, mid-season finale, and the season finale, do most character arcs get pushed forward or important things are revealed. But majority of the episodes just play very episodic as this let's solve this mystery, and then that repeats for multiple episodes. So the way of breaking a show down into 20-30-minute segments that this show does makes it feel like the majority of the show is just running in place. And like I said, that issue plagues so many of the MCU Disney Plus shows. WandaVision, Loki, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, so many of them. So out of 9 episodes, about 6 of them come off as this mystery of the week type of feel to them. And when you compare it to a show running simultaneously with Agatha All Along, The Penguin. And no, The Penguin isn't perfect, but that show actively moves the plot forward per episode, and it feels like the writers set out with an idea what they wanted to do with those characters. There is an endpoint, the writers know what they want to do, and each episode feels full, like it belongs in the season. While Agatha feels like a 2-hour movie stretched into 7 hours. But it isn't all bad with Agatha All Along. There are some hints of compelling storytelling and genuine real character reveals. Kathryn Hahn plays Agatha expertly.
Asleep in bed. Total loser.
And Teen, or Billy, also has a incredibly intriguing connection to WandaVision that we all saw coming from a mile away. But let's talk about the real issue here, the elephant in the room. It's obvious that Agatha All Along is left over from the MCU days where Disney Plus was just getting started, so they were greenlighting everything they could to get content out for the streaming service, and you can feel that in this show. It just feels like it exists for content purposes, and I honestly think this might be the last show left from those days. At least I'm hoping. It's evident that a big part of this show's purpose is to just check boxes and appeal to the broadest audience that it can, but newsflash, just because you're checking boxes or talking on certain themes that you think are important or want to bring up doesn't mean that your show is automatically good just because those themes exist in the story. I fully believe in having a message in your story, in giving minority characters or genuinely people who feel unseen, but you still have to put effort in your show and effort behind those messages. Otherwise, it just comes out empty, and it just shows that the writers just wanted to put this in there to be relevant, but then not have anything actually real to say about it, and that is just a big slap in the face. So having queer themes and characters in a female-led show is great, but if you don't do anything with those characters, it's just totally pointless. Like, it is so frustrating. So let's wrap this up with the verdict. Agatha All Along has a few intriguing plot points, some breathtaking visuals, and great character representation, but that's not enough to save the show. Most of the story falls flat, with the episodes being broken down into just too short of runs, and so by the end of it, nothing flows properly besides the first episode, the mid-season, and the finale. And when you think this is the same company, the same people that produced movies like Infinity War and Endgame, it is honestly just kind of embarrassing. So all that being said, I'm gonna give Agatha All Along a 5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. There are my thoughts on Agatha All Along. Let me know your thoughts on the show in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you love the show? Do you hate the show? Do you fall somewhere in the middle? What are you feeling with the current state of the MCU? I know they're trying to course correct. I'm hoping that they will. Put all of that below in the comments. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.